but I'll get your Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I'll like shoot you a text, and then we can like maybe get a drink or something.
Yeah. We'll see each other.
Yeah. Cool. All right, take care, yeah?
You too.
Bye. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, 1 second. All of you look amazing right now. Me and my friend, we walked past and I was like, you look so good. I was like, I had to compliment you.
So much.
Where are you from? I like the fact that you corrected it. She said soccer first, and then I was like, yeah, you won me back. I was like, don't say soccer, please. those aren't hickeys. No.
That was one of the most impressive approaches across the board I've ever seen in my life. And that's day 2 of your immersion. Get the f out of here. This guy's an animal.
You look really good.
Thank you.
You look incredible.
Thank you. You want
Yeah.
to sit with me so I can light a cig?
Of course, yeah. Yeah. Nice.
How are you doing here?
Well, I'm in Belgrade to see a friend. He invited me over. He's from the US actually, so he's been here for like 2 weeks.
He lives here?
You can only have that perspective if you see yourself on camera, if somebody's filming you. It's the same reason why, like, I guess somebody filming your audio or getting your audio is important, because you can finally hear what you sound like, because you think you know, but you don't know.
And we're some of the few guys in this world that actually take action in this manner. And what do you know? His pocket is lined with Instagrams and phone numbers of potential dates that he's trying to line up. Most men are already dateable. They don't need any more money, muscles, or magic pickup lines. They just need to learn how to introduce themselves to the women that they like. In this video, you'll see Isaac, who used to think he wasn't good enough to get dates, go on a quick instant date with a girl he just met. In fact, she suggested that they sit down and continue conversing. Then you'll see a full interview of how Isaac found his second day of coaching with me. But if you haven't already seen the other videos in this series, I highly recommend you watch those first. A card has just popped up on your screen, so click on that to start watching the series from the beginning. Just a few weeks ago, Isaac was going months at a time without getting dates. But after installing my Quiet Confidence playbook into him, he now has women asking him to sit down to continue the conversation. All because he now has the courage to approach them regardless of who's watching. And if you want to experience a similar transformation to Isaac, then click the first link below this video to schedule a free application call with me.
Hi, excuse me. Hey, 1 second.
What's up?
You look really good.
Thank you.
You look incredible.
Thank you.
Are you from Belgrade?
Yeah, I'm from here.
Oh, nice. What are you doing today?
I'm actually waiting on my friend.
Oh, your friend.
Sorry, here, yeah.
You guys having like lunch or something?
Beer.
Beer?
Like it, yeah.
Oh, I guess it makes sense. It's 5:30. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, anything else?
Anything else?
I mean,
But you look good, so I want to have a conversation with you.
thanks.
Yeah. So after the
You want
beer.
to sit with me so I can light a cig?
Of course, yeah. Yeah. Do you have a lighter?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody was asking me for a lighter the other day. Like, well, I came here yesterday, and they were like,
Sit down. I've been walking for a while.
how long are you talking? How long's a while?
Like, back here, and I had no room in my suitcases. I brought back 2 pair of shoes, and that's it. I left 6 pair of shoes there.
Were they like your favorite shoes as well? That's hard, you know. I love my shoes. It's kind of like leaving your baby,
I know.
you know?
I had to leave them because I'm sorry. Stao već neki lik sam me pritom sam lepa I sedimo da pušim cigaru, vidjet ćeš me čim izađeš sa prolaza, vidjet ćeš.
What time are you guys having lunch? Oh, beer, sorry.
I mean, she's supposed to be here. I'm late 10 minutes, so she's late even more.
Okay,
But as soon as she's here, we're gonna go.
okay,
How are
nice.
you doing here?
Well, I'm in Belgrade to see a friend. He invited me over. He's from the US actually, so he's been here for like 2 weeks.
He lives here?
No,
Oh.
visiting. Yeah.
You or him?
Well, both of us, yeah. He's been here a bit longer. So I haven't bought a return flight back to London.
No?
No, not yet.
Why not?
Because he told me, like, dude, just come. You'll decide when you want to go back, when you feel like it. My work is like remote, so
What do you do?
I'm a data analyst.
No way, bro.
You too?
So I went there I played soccer and I went there to do college. So my first school I had computer science and data science both. I had 2 majors.
Wow.
And I love data science. It's so fun. And then I transferred to another school
Yeah.
and they didn't have it. So I had to do computer science. And now I'm actually working as, you know what it is?
Yeah, the software, the CRM.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing now, but I
You want to go back into data science, something more.
definitely.
Yeah.
I'm already doing some certificate right now.
Nice.
And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna start doing like data science stuff, so I
Nice.
can like switch. You know,
Yeah.
it's so much fun.
It's cooler.
It's so much, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think computer science is bullshit.
I never did comp sci. I never did computer science in uni. I did economics actually. So, so my role isn't as, I wouldn't say it's as data heavy as a traditional like data analyst role, but I do a bit of coding here and there.
Python.
Yeah, Python and like SQL and stuff. So I know it. I can't say I'm not a wizard, but I know enough to get the job done.
Yeah, me too. But like, I'm in school in US, it's horrible. Like, if you're not in like Ivy school, you don't learn.
Really? I don't know, because you can do online courses, really good ones. I don't think you need to go to a good like college.
Like math, we did there. I did in like elementary school. No, you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
So that, yeah, it's a bit too basic there. Like they're so slow in terms of getting you up the levels.
And like, I mean, I don't know how it's in UK, but college here is so hard. Like, there's no chance you can finish college in 4 years here. Like, it's
Really?
so hard, yeah.
So you're back here, what, working now? Okay.
I wanted to stay. You know what OPT is?
No.
It's like working visa for like international students, but Trump now is.
He said, get out of here.
Yep. So I couldn't find a job. I stayed like 2 months after graduation, and they would be like, "Oh, we like your resume. Like, tell me like if you don't require visa, what do you have?" And I'm like, "I have can stay for 3 years," and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we don't do that." And I was like,
Wow. So even though they didn't have to sponsor you, they were still like.
and I had 3 years as like STEM majors. They have 3 years, and no one wanted us.
Wow.
Like, I have a bunch of friends that stay there, and they're like, they got OPT, but they're like doing like coaching and shit. Like, they're not doing what they're supposed to do because none of them can find a job. It's like so hard. So.
Wow.
I don't know.
I'm kind of lucky because I've never had to like try and basically like go to the ends of the earth to find a job because I've got like British citizenship.
Yeah.
So it's like easy.
Where are you from? UK?
Yeah, I'm from London.
From London? That's great.
Yeah.
I see you very.
Hello.
Ciao.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ian.
Yeah, I didn't even say.
I didn't get your name as well.
Yeah, that's
Oh, nice. So you guys are getting. By the way.
no idea. Yeah.
Nice.
But I had friends from UK.
You did?
I had few of them. One girl, she wasn't from London. She was like from something S.
Essex?
No. Yes, S.
Come on.
Shit.
Don't fuck it up.
I honestly. Way I couldn't understand a word that girl was saying. I was like, she would say something, and I'm like okay, one time, but like separate words. And
Yeah.
and then I done.
Yeah.
They were horrible. Like bad.
They were worse than me.
Accent is not that bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand you.
Wow. That's good. I'm doing well for myself then.
Yeah, but it's really nice meeting you.
Before you go,
What's up?
obviously, like I said, I approached you because she looked very nice today.
Yes.
And I was like, I would regret it if I didn't, come here and try to take you out for a drink
Oh.
at some point. I'm here for, like I said.
I don't live here. That's the thing. I just came to visit her.
Okay.
Yeah, my stuff for sleeping and everything.
Okay.
But it was nice meeting you.
It was nice chatting though.
Yeah.
Enjoy the beer as well. Take care.
All right. Isaac.
Yo.
Day 2 of the immersion is complete. Yeah. I would describe today as, in Christian's words, as a Renaissance day. Broke through quite a few barriers today. Did a few approaches that I don't think I've ever heard you talk about doing. And it seems as though you pushed your boundaries today, which I'm really proud of. I put Isaac through quite a few drills and he smashed all of them. Yeah. Firstly, it was approaching on his own, knocked it out. Then it was 3 approaches in 3 minutes. When I gave him 10 minutes, he did it in 3 minutes, and a few other drills that I put him through. And so that was just really impressive to see. and then you started going in for more audacious approaches. So I'll hand this over and I'll let you talk about your experience today.
Yeah, so obviously today we like upped the ante. It was more difficult than yesterday, which was expected. But yeah, like you said, it was definitely a success in terms of pushing myself more and getting closer to a new boundary. You know, once you told me that I was going to do group approaches, yeah, the nerves, they kicked in a little bit because I was like, okay. And then I think the extra part that made it even more nerve-wracking was you were like, we're going to do this in a time constraint. So we're going to set 10 minutes aside or 20 minutes aside at first and wind it down. And so that time pressure, it was useful because it gave me more urgency to go in for the approaches. But yeah, I think I was up for it though, you know. As soon as you laid the challenge on the table, I was like, cool, let's go for it, you know. So I'm glad I went straight in for it. But yeah, in summary, I loved the day. Today was, you know, again, I think I might have done like 15 approaches or just below that, maybe 10, 12.
More.
Maybe more.
And you were firing away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. So we had like I guess you could divide it into two sections. We sort of had the first half of the day where it was more guided towards groups. And then second half, it was like, let's just try and get a date and, you know, do some approaches with the singles, wherever you feel, you know, like you want to go in for it. So, but yeah, all in all, a successful day again, for sure.
Yeah, really, really proud of the progress you were able to make today. So for reference, Isaac, he's gone in for, I think, 1-2 set prior to working with me, 1. And today, he started off the day going in for 3 or 4, which is just off the bat. And then the highlight for me, and I imagine for you as well, was the group of 5 that you boys probably saw earlier in the video. And it took pretty much a small nudge from me. Like, I didn't even suggest it. So at first we thought there was just a pair of girls. Turned out they were in this big group of 5 or 6. And then Isaac looked at me, I looked at him, I shrugged my shoulders, and I said, just go for it. And that's all it took. He turned around, he got his ass over there, got in front of all of them, squared up in front of 5 or 6 American water polo players that were out here for a tournament, and was able to entertain them for 90 seconds to 2 minutes. I forget how long it lasted, but you know, he told me afterwards he was bricking it, which I expect. But in set, he looked so composed, and he looked like he was running the ship. All the girls loved him. They were smiling, giggling, looking at each other. And it was just so cool to see somebody who, prior to this immersion, and especially prior to starting cold approach, probably thought he couldn't walk over to any girls and none of them would like you. Yeah. And then to be able to walk over to 5 on just days 2 of your immersion and get a great reaction like that. Yeah. Just insane to see as a coach. I mean, just all I could ask for is that a guy is coachable. And this is all extra credit stuff. I did not expect a guy on day 2 of his immersion to go over to a 5 set. And the fact that you can do that just tells me truly how deep you can take this skill set, how good you can get at it, and how willing you are to just throw yourself into uncomfortable situations. That's what this skill is about. Yeah, it's life maxing. Yeah, we're just pushing the boundaries of what we think is socially acceptable and realizing that none of this is real anyways. All of these societal constraints and these social rules, somebody along the way made them up. Maybe it was a group of people, maybe it was an entire society, but somebody just decided this is how things are going to go, and we just started falling in line, and as we were born, we were taught this is how things go, and we're realizing, oh, actually, I can do things that are outside of those constraints, and still nothing happens to me. In fact, I get myself dates lined up, as you found, so well done. See, on the back end of that, I know that you mentioned after that crazy 5 set that you did, you mentioned that there's a difference, because we watched it back, I showed him the GoPro footage, and you told me that there's a difference in being in the conversation, how you're perceiving the world, the interaction, the people around you, and then watching it back on camera, looking at each person that's surrounding you when you're approaching, looking at the girls themselves, and you notice there's quite a difference from how you were perceiving what was going on to how you looked on camera, and then to how other people were perceiving you. So if you could tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so obviously that approach, as I was walking towards them, it was like the nervousness was going up and up and up. And then as soon as I got in front of them and I looked at all of them, there was 5 of them, and they were all like looking at me, obviously. And the nerves were like at peak level at that point. Like I said, I was shitting it. I was bricking it. All right. And so, and I mean, to be honest, like throughout most of that conversation, I was nervous. It died down once I started getting laughs, and they were really receptive, and we started going back and forth. They were asking me where I'm from, and then I told them I'm from London, and they were asking me more questions. So it's funny, like, I guess halfway through, it kind of just felt like like an old group of friends being reunited, and we're catching up and we're having a fun conversation. So the nerves definitely died down from like level 90 to like 20. But that being said, like most of that approach was nerve-wracking, right? And I mean, there was so much going through my head. Thankfully, my brain just found a way to like talk and not like just freeze, you know, that fight or flight sort of response. But I felt it intensely. But afterwards, obviously I was curious. I actually didn't know that Ephraim filmed it. So when he told me he filmed it, I was like, okay, yeah, let's have a look at it, right? And I'm watching it, and I'm seeing myself go over. And then, I mean, I look pretty fine. I look pretty chill. And they're enjoying them. You can't really see their faces because he's behind. But more importantly, the world around me is just like passing by, you know? And I'm like looking at other people, and maybe they look and then they keep walking. And then another couple walks and they keep walking. And then maybe like a toddler runs up and looks at us and wonders, oh, what's going on here? And then like that kid keeps walking. Yeah. And like life is just moving. It's moving. It's not truly nobody actually cares. And even if they do care, they care temporarily. And there's so much, especially with me, and I know a lot of guys feel this way, but there's so much fear around what other people are thinking, what they're doing. And that's such a big hindrance to the conviction that I have in the approach, or at least it has been, and I'm working through that now and getting way better. But I think looking at it from a third person perspective and literally seeing me on camera is like huge. It's huge because now I can see, like, now I have like visual confirmation of what's actually going around, because I don't have eyes at the back of my head, and of course I'm involved in the conversation, so I can't really take time to look at what the guy next to me is doing. So yeah, that sort of just completely shifted the way that I think about social judgment, you know. And we were talking about it straight after, because, you know, obviously I've watched your infields and I see people looking at you, but I forget that you're also doing the infield. So I'm sure at some point you also felt somewhat self-conscious. And I imagine that when you saw yourself on camera for the first time, you had a similar feeling. But you can only get that, you can only have that perspective if you see yourself on camera, if somebody's filming you. It's the same reason why, like, I guess somebody filming your audio or getting your audio is important, because you can finally hear what you sound like, because you think you know, but you don't know. So yeah, I just think having the third person perspective and seeing myself on camera was like huge deal. So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. The thing that I told Isaac when we were in that cafe after that crazy 5-set approach was, imagine that everybody, and I truly think this is the case, I can't prove this because I'm only myself, but imagine that everybody is thinking and feeling about themselves the same way that you're thinking and feeling about yourself. So as we're out in public and we're worried about, is that person looking at me? Are they going to watch me approach? Are they going to judge me? Every other person that's living their own reality is thinking the same thing about themselves. So it's not about approach, but the girl in the green dress is thinking, does this dress make me look fat? Does it hug my curves? Do I look good? Are my pits sweaty at all? Yeah, the guy that's walking around, headphones in, or thinking, do I look antisocial? Are my friends going to like my outfit? I hope I fit into this birthday party I'm going to. And every person has their own fears and their worries, because we are the center of each of our own universes, right? We think that the world revolves around us, and the reason is because we're perceiving life through our own eyes, and that's all we could ever do. Yeah, and so what you realize is you pretty much were able to shift that, and you got out of your brain and out of yourself for a second. By seeing yourself on camera, you were seeing you how I see you, how the rest of the world sees you, as just another guy having a conversation. They don't have any context about who you are and what you're doing. The people that saw you approach thought, wow, that's ballsy. Okay, anyways, I got to catch the bus. And then they continued on with their day. And the people that didn't see the approach, but they passed by as you were in set, were thinking, wow, this guy has a lot of girlfriends, right? Whatever they were thinking. But the point is that they probably weren't thinking much about you at all. They were so worried about themselves, their worries, their fears, their goals, what they need to accomplish that day. Oh my God, I'm late to the cafe. My date's going to be mad. They're not worried about Isaac, right? Isaac is worried about Isaac. And so that's what we're doing during this immersion, is we're breaking through that barrier and realizing, just like I said prior, none of this is real. Yeah, all of these limiting beliefs, that's just what they are. Yeah. This is just interacting with people in public. This is just having conversations with strangers. And it feels difficult because nobody does it. Nobody has the balls to do it. But when you're a guy that does have the balls to do it, the world rewards action takers. Yeah. And we're some of the few guys in this world that actually take action in this manner. And what do you know? His pocket is lined with Instagrams and phone numbers of potential dates that he's trying to line up. Yeah. And guys are stuck at home, swiping on an app, wondering why nothing is working. And it's because you're not putting your courage on the line. You're not putting your balls on the line. You haven't built something about you as far as your character. Yeah. So a lot of the immersion is just the most extreme version of character development possible. Yeah. It's just doing it through cold approach. So on that note, we were talking about the 5 set and you feeling more pressure. So I'm curious. I have my views here, and I don't know if you agree or not, but when I'm going into approaches like 5 girls, a group of 9 girls at a bachelorette party, a trio of girls over here, maybe the girls with their mom. Yeah, some of these cases, I like the girl enough that I am trying to get her phone number, try to get her on a date. Most of the time that I'm doing these really audacious approaches, it's just to prove to myself that I can do them and nothing's going to happen to me, right? So in the back of my head, I'm going, I mean, if a number comes out of this, great. But I'm not going over because I want to line up a date with that girl or one of the girls in that five set. I'm really going over because I want to prove to myself that I can go over, I can make something happen, I can get them all to stop, I can compliment them all, I can be on that in that high pressure situation and not flounder, and then I can get straight out of there and feel like a fucking man, feel like the man for having gone over and tried. So I'm curious, doing that big, bold approach, were you going over trying to get one of their numbers? How did that feel to you? What was your goal in the approach? What did you learn about those big, audacious approaches? And what did it do for your state overall and your mentality overall?
It's a very good question. Well, I mean, I guess what pushed me into it was, like you said, we looked at each other and initially it was 2. And then it suddenly became 5. And of course, at that point, the stakes are up. And I told you afterwards in the cafe, I was like, a big part of the reason why I wanted to go was because I felt compelled to do it, because I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to feel like a pussy. I didn't want to chicken out. But also I knew that I've done audacious like stuff before, even if it is an approach. And so that feeling in my stomach, those knots, I was like, I know that there's something good at the end of this, even if it's going to be uncomfortable. So I guess at some level, I wasn't too consumed by the fear. I could kind of see what was going to happen as a result of just getting myself over there, walking over and like just doing whatever I could and like handling it and then dealing with the consequences after. So yeah, that's certainly what pushed me. But in terms of, I guess like my aim going into it, I definitely wasn't going in like trying to get a number or anything like that. It was more so, yeah, just do the hard thing. Like I just wanted to test myself and do something difficult and yeah, prove that I had the courage to get myself over there. And afterwards, I mean, in terms of state, I mean, I was elevated. I was floating. In fact, at one point I told Ephraim, I was like, I'm actually really like I'm almost on a serious high, like I've just taken some sort of drug. And so I kind of felt like I needed to like rest a little bit because that was so demanding, and off the cuff as well. It's not like I'd done a few approaches before with the other groups, but that was like going from level 2 to like level 20, and like that takes a lot on your brain and your brain's like, whoa, what the hell? Like what's going on? So naturally I felt a little bit discombobulated afterwards, but ultimately I felt good. And I was actually kind of like, not emotional, but I was really proud of myself, like afterwards I was like, damn, I really did that. And I've done audacious stuff before, but that was the biggest one of the lot. And so I felt amazing afterwards. But yeah, was there anything else you asked me on that point?
That was about it.
Yeah.
Just why were you going over? What was the reason? I think you hammered that home pretty well.
Yeah.
So. Sweet. Yeah. So, yeah, one of the things I mentioned, I believe it was in that cafe, I think it was maybe while we were walking after the 5 set, was we're trying to get the approach to a point where approaching girls when they're solo is literally so easy. And the reason it's so easy is because you've done things like this, like what you did today. if you can approach a group of 5 and they all look gorgeous and they're all staring at you, waiting for you to say something, and you've got all their attention, if you can do that, you can certainly approach the girl that's on her own, right? If you've, this is what I talk about with cold approach. We're going to the extreme end of the spectrum. Exposure therapy to the most extreme degree so that everything in between becomes easier by comparison. And that's exactly what you found today. If you can walk over to a group of 5 girls, then that pair of girls over there, all of a sudden it doesn't seem so scary anymore. So to wrap up the last topic I want to talk about, it came up while we were wrapping up the end of the day 2, and you called this out where it's funny how this happened. Yeah. There were, I think, two approaches back to back where the girl dipped off into a store, one into a bank and the other into a shop, right? And, to be fair, you can still go into a shop and approach, but obviously it's not as ideal as a transient environment like a street. It's a lot more social pressure. You got the people, the cashiers looking at you now, etc. So I wasn't pushing him to go into the shop, but it's interesting because in both of those scenarios, had you acted a little faster, you could have gotten there plenty before they got into that shop, right? Had you just stuck your foot in the ground, went straight in there, right? So one of the things that sprouted from that was a fear that I didn't know you had until we had this conversation, which is a lot of guys think that I have a funny walk when I'm speed walking to pursue the girl and try to get in front of her, and they probably don't know why I do that. And the reason is exactly that, because I'm aware that she can dip off into a store, into a bank. Maybe she goes and meets up with her friends 10 meters down the road. And I don't know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. So I want to just take my shot as quickly as possible and give myself a chance. And so what Isaac found is that when those girls dipped off, he was like, oh no, what do I do now? Okay, it's not a bail, but like you did lose your opportunity there. Yeah. And so this is what sprouted the conversation of, well, why are you kind of walking, or why are you walking towards them at such a slow pace, right? And so the reason I found out later is that he actually is worried about the other people around him seeing him walk over and thinking like, oh, that's a funny look, or that's a funny walk. Why is he walking so fast, etc. And what I told to Isaac is I genuinely do not care what these people think of me. If they think that I look like a tit when I'm speed walking trying to get in front of the girl, I don't care. So my objective is to go make her day, potentially line up a date, right? These people around me, they're NPCs, they don't matter anyways to me. They're not even real to me, right? And so when it comes to the speed walk, I don't do it because I think it's a cool, smooth, suave speed walk. I know I look like an idiot, but the best part is, firstly, she doesn't get to see that part, right? Because I'm still behind her. Yeah. But also, I get to close the distance really quickly, and I give myself a chance to get in front of her and speak with her, right? It's very rare that the girl dips off or hops on the bus immediately, because if I see she's headed to a bus stop, I'm not going to slow down my pace. I'm going to speed the hell up. Yeah, get in front of her and drop off that compliment, yeah? You lost your wallet, right? You got to return the wallet. You dropped your wallet. Here's your wallet. Like, that's the mentality I'm going with, is like, I better get to her before she gets off in that bus because you dropped your wallet. I have a compliment. I have to tell you something. It's like, that is the mentality. Is like, I have something so special in me and I have to give it to you. So stop, right? I need to catch up to you. And that's the mentality I'm going with, right? If I'm returning the wallet to the girl, I don't care what these people think of how I look, how funny I look. I'm worried about her getting her ID and her credit cards back, right? Same mentality. I do not care how these people think that I look when I'm walking. I care, do I get over there? Do I drop off the compliment? So I'm going to stop giving a speech now. How did you find that? I know you were able to implement it a few times after we had the conversation. Yeah. And was there a difference there? Why do you feel scared of these people looking at you? Was that able to shift your mentality? I imagine the girls that looked hot, that dipped off into the store, kind of solidified the idea. So what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, this was one of those classic cases where the universe is conspiring with Ephraim, and they're trying to teach me a very hard, valuable lesson. Not even just once, but fucking back. I keep swearing. Back to back.
All right, I'm not monetized. We're good.
So yeah, back to back. It happened twice in quick succession. And I'm glad it happened because we were able to have that conversation. But yeah, just the fear of like, I guess it's interesting because I guess one of the reasons why I'm afraid of it is because I see you do it or I see somebody else do it. And to be honest, I think it looks a little bit weird because we judge other people, right? Yeah. And so I think because we judge other people, we also, therefore that must mean that other people also judge us. And so, but at some level it's like, that once we had the conversation, it's like, yeah, it's a great point. Like at the end of the day, like if the approach goes well, we go on a date and then like she's in my bed or whatever, then am I really gonna care how I looked when I did the approach? You know? Of course I won't. Of course I won't, right? So when you put it with that perspective, the wider perspective, it's almost kind of like I feel stupid for even one judging you for it or making it seem like it's weird. Maybe it is weird, but who cares if it's weird? Maybe the lesson is, yeah, it looks weird, but like it's okay to look weird. It's okay to just go up and speed walk because, like you said, you have something to say. And so, like when you talk about conviction, it's like I'm also learning now. Conviction means conviction in everything. Conviction means how fast you turn around to do the approach. Conviction means how fast you speed walk up to her to get in front of her. Conviction is how you stop her, how much you project your voice, everything, right? So yeah, that was something that I learned. It's like I have this, there's a bit more of a delay. Even though I'm turning around and going for it, I'm not walking as fast. And yeah, it's just that fear. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, like I guess it'll just take more time and more reps, more reps like this to get over it. But yeah, again, it's under the same umbrella of social judgment, you know, and caring too much. And yeah, I don't know, I guess it's just at some point, I want to be at the point where I genuinely don't care, you know, like I accept how it looks. I've accepted how this is going to maybe be perceived. And again, like we just said about the looking at myself on camera, most people sure, they might clock you walking, but they don't really care. So yeah, it was a valuable lesson because I lost an opportunity too. So yeah, very, very important lesson there that I'll definitely be internalizing and making sure that I don't slip up as much when it comes to like being quick. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it.
Yeah, that could have been your next girlfriend. We'll never know now, right? We'll never know. Yeah, the reality is I'm okay with people thinking that it looks funny. That's what, like, when we talk about confidence, guys, they have this like alpha male mentality where I must be the coolest, strongest, fastest, blah, blah, blah. The more that I grow and develop, the more I realize it's actually just accepting yourself fully, accepting who you are fully. Yes, I look like a tit when I walk fast and speed walk, and now she's on the date with me, and now we're making out at the bar, and, right, I don't care. It's okay that I look like a tit. I'm fine with that, right? I'm fine with the guys that comment negative stuff on the channel. It's okay. Freedom of speech says you could do that, right? And that's it. That's great. Yeah, just owning it. Owning yourself fully, owning all the negative thoughts, all the positive thoughts, the bad experiences, the good experiences. This is just who I am. And some things I look cool. I look cool when I play football. I look funny when I try to play soccer. It's just how it goes. That's who I am. And so I'm okay with that. So yeah, you made some huge strides today.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to end off, boys, you see, Isaac is getting the full immersion experience here. Yeah, we're taking him from, maybe he started at a 10. He's pretty close to a 99 at this point. Yeah, the guy's maxing out all his badges for my 2K nerds. All right. So if you want to skip the line, if you're tired of trying to figure this out on your own, you're tired of banging your head against the wall and trying to figure out, like, why is this not working? What am I doing wrong? And you've got no guidance and no professional feedback in your life. That is the biggest part of the problem. Yeah, trying to figure this out on your own is, maybe it's possible. I couldn't do it. Yeah, Christian couldn't do it. Joseph couldn't do it. Most of the entourage guy, I guess all of us, we couldn't do it on our own. We had to seek feedback. And that's the key here, is being willing to invest into the person that you want to become. That's what this is all about. So rather than trying to figure this out on your own, right, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but my link is in the description. It's the first link in the video description below this exact video. If you want to skip the line, if you want me to just install this quiet confidence playbook into your dating life, just like I'm doing for Isaac here, it's day 2. The guy's going in for 5 sets. Guy's got too many dates. He's overflowed with dates right now. If you want me to just install this into your brain and just skip the line and skip all of this, the long route, take the shortest route possible, then click the link in the description, book in a call, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. All right, boys. So we'll sign off. We just had a nice meal. Yeah. Isaac had a burger. I had a kebab. Delicious stuff. We've got some nice stuff planned. I got a previous client, John, you may know him, is coming out tonight. And then we're going to link up with Joseph. We're thinking about going to Splav again, maybe just having a fun night. So we'll see where we end up. But yeah, boys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Peace out.
If you've watched this video and you feel inspired, if you're tired of consuming content but not making any progress, if you're ready to take that next step and undergo a similar transformation to Isaac, then click the first link below this video to schedule a free application call with me. Even if it turns out that we're not a good fit to work together, I'll still give you individually tailored advice I'll answer all of your questions, and I'll give you a game plan to put you ahead of 99% of guys who never take that next step.